you for joining me in my conversation with Suzanne Case, who is the director of the DLNR. Thank you, too, for being here with us.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
DLNR, that's a mouthful.
It is, and it's even more of a mouthful when you say the whole name of it, which is the State of Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources.
You come with a very large background.
I had 28 years in conservation with the Nature Conservancy, both from the legal side and the management side. So it's actually a great background for doing this kind of a job. But it's a step up. It's a really important job for the state of Hawaii. We're really responsible for the public trust resources of Hawaii. So that's our forests, our streams, our reefs, historic and cultural resources, regulation, enforcement, state parks. It's really, our kuleana is about a quarter of the state, although often it's the quarter of the state that is most out of sight, out of mind. So, you know, what we're trying to do is make sure that we steward those resources properly and enhance the public's ability to be in it in a responsible way.
Stewardship and enhancement of pleasure, or I guess of community engagement as well.
Yes, very
is
much.
The two visions that you have,
Yes.
the two missions.
Yeah. It's the stewardship to make sure that we're actually properly caring for our resources. But they're also everybody's resources, and so it's a process of balancing use and making sure when people use our resources, we do it in a way that that will continue into future generations.
And it must be quite challenging sometimes, because even the concept of beach access, like our issues that are going along in Port Locke or Waimanalo or in Maui, the public has the right to go to the ocean or be in the ocean, and yet there is private land ownership involved. And how do you personally reconcile, coming from a conservation background, this responsibility for the public trust?
You know, I mean, my real passion is the outdoors, and so that's partly making sure the outdoors are what they are, and partly like how do you, what do you like to do in the outdoors? Do you like to hike? Do you like to fish? Do you like to swim, dive, be in it? And so, I mean, those are really big issues. So, for example, at Kalalau on Kauai, we've been working really hard to enforce the laws that we have that create it as a wilderness area. And that's really hard to do, because we're sort of loving Hawaii to death in a sense. I mean, when I grew up, our population was half of what it is now, and our visitor industry was certainly half, at least, if not less than that. And but all those people are here because we love Hawaii, and so when you go out into Hawaii, and you have to be careful not to overrun what makes it so special. So Kalalau has been overrun, and so we're working really hard the last couple of years to bring enforcement in, clean up, trash pickup, and make sure everybody has their permits, and really cut down on people who are there without proper access into our wilderness areas.
Public trust has always been really important to you.
These are our land and water and ocean resources that we inherit. We inherit from previous generations, and we give them on to future generations. And so the whole point of this is to make sure that we use them properly or leave them alone when necessary, in order to make sure that they can recover and be there for our future generations. And that's the public trust. These are all of our resources. They don't belong to anybody in particular, and yet they're shared by all of us. So how do we manage that so that it's fair? People have a voice in it. Nobody overruns it. I mean, it's a delicate balancing act, and one that's really dependent on good communication, fair decisions. And often you don't make everybody happy because you have to make a decision, and but you try.
Thank you so much for being the chief steward there. You do it very gracefully. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We've been chatting with Suzanne Case, director of the DLNR in the state of Hawaii.